Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. For today's valued viewer request, we've got new from Proxy. In fact, it's from two guys gave me the same request. So there's a great recording of a Marine test pilot losing control of an FA-18 Hornet after the third roll. My understanding is I think that this was back in early testing, maybe FA-17, I'm not entirely sure, but early testing of the F-18 after the third roll. And we got curved bread 6 hours ago. Here's a clip of a flight test with the F-18 rolling. I think the rolling restriction may have been removed now, but you'll see why the restriction was in place. So most, if not all, modern aircraft have a roll restrictor on them. You can get so much roll authority from stabilators especially that you have to restrict the speed of roll, because if it rolls too fast you might G the pilot out, you might damage the plane, you might make the plane uncontrollable, and you just don't need to roll, you know, mega fast anyway. So let's see the video and then we'll talk about if there's anything that we can do to reenact it. It says here, yeah, early flight test fail, yeah, so this is a long time ago.
Going to mill, everything looks good.
Out of here it says, during flight test the F-18 Hornet back pressure feedback in a control stick malfunctioned. Didn't read this. During the flight test of an FA-18 Hornet, back pressure feedback in a control stick malfunctioned during roll testing, causing the pilot to dive straight down. So no, there's no way that we can reenact that, but let's go and watch it together anyway, because it's still going to be interesting to talk about.
Going to full burner. 2 good lights. Charge, got all 3, approaching Sullivan Bridge, the touch goes please. And 130. Airborne by 150 before the land. Here's flaps up.
H3 working 300 feet below in the Cedar Point area. Traffic departing runway 32 and F-18.
Everything's up and up. Here we go, loop to loop. Back to half and neutral. Let's go up, pull up here, about 8 degrees. Setting 0 G and rolling. 1, 2, 3. Recover. Oh, look at that spike. How was that for the roll? Friction. Okay. Okay, here we go into the pull. Okay, setting 0 G. Rolling. What? Holy shit! 1,500 feet. Roger, I got it. Holy Christ.
400 feet. 400 feet he got down to. Almost crashed. And what a terrifying job this is. We've had the pleasure of interviewing 2 legitimate test pilots now. One for, oh God, what were they for? Oh, well, in fact, they were for various aircraft. Test pilots rarely stick to an airframe. They often bounce between airframes. And the questions we asked both of them was, how dangerous is it? And they said, yeah, it's very dangerous. You are putting the plane in, well, you're trying to make it go wrong, basically. You can mitigate risk by planning, and they plan everything through, they check everything over, and they do what they can. But at the end of the day, things like this are going to happen, and it's only really by luck that he's recovered, you know. 400 feet lower, boom, he was dead. Let's just slow it down now to my kind of speed, and let's see what we can see. The text that we had on that YouTube video, whether it's correct or not, said that the aft stick actuated when it shouldn't have, which does sound exactly like the kind of thing that would cause a problem like this. So he was rolling just with aileron. He put himself into into 0 G, climbed up and nose down slightly. Then he did a full deflection of the aileron left or right, probably without the rudder, I imagine. And then the FCS, for some reason, added backstick because it must have got confused. It was an early FCS or whatever, and that thing is going to turn it basically into a snap roll, and you've got a snap roll at 400 knots or whatever, and of course it's going to go out of control. Let's try and find the accident again.
Okay, setting 0 G.
Stop there. So it's at 390 knots. One thing is he's doing this extremely low. Usually you'd have a hard deck of Angels 5 or Angels 10, but they're doing it very low, about I read that as 2970. Sorry, 3970, so Angels 4.
Rolling.
Interestingly, there's no angle of attack on the plane. Let's just go back a little bit. Scroll forward. What I was expecting to see, if it was a snap roll, was a massive angle of attack measure going on. And we've got the angle of attack there. And obviously it's very bad quality. So there's negative G, gone into negative G. Angle of attack is 0, apparently anyway. Maybe the angle of attack meter was wrong. I'm really surprised if there was no angle of attack there. Interesting. So let's carry on. I think that must be Mach there, so that doesn't really matter. It's still at 350 plus knots. So I don't see any aft stick being introduced by the FCS. 2 degrees angle of attack. 3 degrees angle of attack. I mean, there's nothing. You'd expect it to fly like this, just in a normal straight line. 5 degrees angle of attack. 6 degrees angle of attack. And back down to no degrees angle of attack. And then suddenly it's facing the ground. 12 degrees angle of attack. So is it almost like he could feel it before it had gone wrong? 30 degrees angle of attack. Oh yeah, it just goes nuts, look. 30 degrees angle of attack. It's just pulled full aft stick. The machine, not the pilot. Well, presumably not the pilot. It's very unlikely for a test pilot to get it wrong. 25 degrees angle of attack. 32 degrees angle of attack. 25 degrees angle of attack. Bouncing around a bit, obviously. 43 degrees angle of attack right there. So, especially for an early model, it's basically out of control. 37 degrees angle of attack. Obviously, the quality is so bad. Why is the quality so bad? Don't know. You'd have to tell me. And you've burnt all your speed off to 300 and 230 knots. 37 degrees angle of attack. 33 degrees angle of attack. The plane is just snap rolling. And it has the potential, obviously, to damage the pilot as well and black the pilot out. Because once we introduce his angle of attack. And he's back under control. 17, no. 38. It's just all over the place. 22 degrees angle of attack. 57 degrees angle of attack. Look at that. And he's down to 3,100. So he's dropped nearly 1,000 feet. He's down to 48 knots, which I think just means 0. I think that's as low as it goes, 48. So the plane is now less than 48 knots. It's not actually moving. It's in a tumble. 3,100 ASL. And assuming it's an ASL, a VSI of minus 14,990 feet per minute. So it's just plummeting towards the ground. 57 degrees angle of attack. Why this guy didn't bail out, I don't know. Luckily, I don't see any G-spikes, unless I've missed them. So, oh, well, it won't be having any G-spikes at this speed, I suppose. Registering some speed again, but it's basically stall speed. Shame we can't see the ground very well, but that appears to be the ground. That's 55 degrees down. That's 50 degrees down, so it's basically down at the ground. Got some speed back, and he's getting control. He's getting control back. He's lost the alpha now. Probably about 1,500 feet. He's back in control. So let's just watch that again. Just get a feel for it, because you really need to do this by feel. It's almost impossible to really just see it. So let's go again.
Okay, here we go into the pull. Okay, setting 0G. Rolling.
And it tumbles. Tumbles.
Holy shit!
And back in control.
Roger, I got it.
So it just snapped out of control. To see what the stream is saying. The stream says if you do a manual slow-ish roll to maintain level flight, you have to apply rudder at 90 and 270 degree point. And I've pitched when 180 degrees. Possibly the FCS is doing the same or trying. Bear in mind, this is an old FCS. This is not the FCS we fly with now. You know, this is probably YF-17 or you know, early A model. It's doing the same or trying to and overdoing it.
Holy Christ.
Altitude.
Holy shit.
So things we've taken away from that. We're pretty sure that there is a limit to the degrees of roll. I think one of you guys said it was 360 degrees per second. So one roll per second in NATOPS at optimum speed, and that in certain conditions the old FCS would go wrong, as you see, and put the plane into a tumble. And it's very lucky that we had a really good pilot to get out of it. I probably would have just punched out there and thought, you know, this is unrecoverable, but he did a good job getting it back. And there's one other thing I'd like to check, and I'm not sure if I can actually do this, but if I can time how many rolls he did in a second, let's see if he had the limiter turned off.
Roll.
He starts rolling at 151. This is as accurate as I can get it. 1, 2, 3. There. 56. So it took 5 seconds to do 3 rolls. So yeah, it was less than his maximum. What I was saying is maybe he was rolling faster than 360 degrees per second, but he wasn't. So it wasn't that caused it. So there's not much point of trying this in DCS because it's just not relevant. We don't have this FCS. But I just find it an interesting talking point. If you guys want to put your opinions forward about what we've said and what you think, please let me know.